and I'm not really sure how to talk about it. Help me if I'm crossing the line here or what, but I think
Sure.
it's worth the mention. Um, uh, I ride a motorcycle and I follow some moto vloggers every
Mm-hmm.
now and then. And so on one of my YouTube feeds, actually the news actually supposedly came out on Instagram. They published it on Instagram, but on my feed it came out that there was this couple that's in India, and there was a basically a sexual crime that happened. I'm not even sure if I can say it.
Yes, you can. She was gang raped. You can say it.
Yeah, but it's just so weird saying it out loud, you know? So she was gang raped,
Mm-hmm.
and there's so many different angles worth talking about this, and of course a lot of Indian folks are are ashamed, and then some of them are also even saying like, why do you even shame our country? You're not nationalistic, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
Indians like fighting against each other. Like, so there are some that uh appreciate it because it's being talked about, and then
Right.
some of them hate those people bringing it up because they're saying like you're shaming our country, you know.
Right.
So
Right.
I can, well, I just thought I would bring it up in a sense that to maybe, the way I see it, it's like if we don't talk about things like this, if we don't bring up things like this, if we're too ashamed to talk about it, and
Right.
it's not to talk negative about India, but
Yeah.
there's something.
It's talking about that these things happen.
Yeah, yeah, and and I guess the reason why I wanted to bring it up was, there's this stigma about. Okay, so Tin and I had
Ace.
like a little bit of an argument a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days
Yeah.
about her posting like a sensitive photo, not even about her body. It
Mm-hmm.
was like something about money, right? And then I was like, don't post something like that because you're inviting trouble, right? And so some of the comments, and I thought I would share this because some of the comments that the this article was getting was that, if you're walking around our country like that, like almost half naked in a bathing suit, you're
Mm-hmm.
inviting trouble. So like
Yeah, but it shouldn't be like that.
exactly, but you having a daughter, if she wanted to walk around a place that people will be whistling at her or saying like woo woo sexy,
Mm-hmm.
how would you feel as a dad, or would you tell her not to be dressed like that, or how what's your.
I can't. I don't think I would ever tell my kids. I don't think I would ever tell them to not express themselves. Okay. Of
Mm,
course, there has to be some sort of limit for yourself, not for everybody else.
mm,
Because there's two different things, or a couple of different things going on in this particular case. Though this happened in India. This
mm,
travel vloggers or bloggers are traveling India, and they just so happen to post some stuff that maybe have attracted some not so genuine people and caused
mm.
this to happen. Um, she got
Although
raped. They got targeted.
I don't know if it was because of her social media feed that they were
Correct.
targeted. Okay, but let's just say that these guys, these perpetrators, didn't see her social media feed,
Which is what
but
I
she's
believe
known to
happened.
be walking around like almost half naked. She's not like fully clothed. I would assume when it happened. I can't even say that no, but the fact that
Correct.
she's a woman, and then they couldn't find a hotel to sleep in, so they decided to camp out. So apparently,
Right.
like there was like a nearby village. I think there's a bunch of guys that came up to her tent and attacked them.
Hmm.
Hurt the husband.
I honestly don't think that it had anything to do with what she was wearing. Um, I think they were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. Uh, Honestly, if you're doing what you're doing, travel bloggers and whatnot, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be able to pick the right places to go to and do this kind of things. Um, yeah, you couldn't find a place to Really though, you can't find a place to stay at, so you camp out. Now, where do you camp out? That's probably the question. But
Yeah.
who's to say?
Well,
Because these kind of things could happen anywhere.
at the risk of, I don't want to sound like we're blaming the female, right, for whatever horrendous thing happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd like to be able to say also that, um, like what you said already, that it can happen anywhere, and that
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to, like. But would you? There's my question though. Going back to it, I don't know if you answered it. Would you tell your daughter to dress up and not wear what she wants to wear because she's more comfortable? It's hot.
I mean, I think it's okay, but know where you're going. Be smart
Yeah.
about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you're going to India, Pakistan, Iran,
Right.
these places that are known to not look at women the rest of the world does.
And their women don't exactly scandally walk around as well. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So
I think the
obviously, in
right
that kind of
answer there is
situation,
I think the right answer there, and I guess without, at the risk of blaming the woman, like you gotta like observe how everybody else is dressed and sort of
correct.
try to blend in.
Adapt
But
to
you
it.
can't. But I also can't say that though, because
It's gonna
do
be
we have
hard.
the
It's literally a case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. That's literally the situation here. I don't think it has anything to do with what she's wearing. I don't think it has anything to do with her social media. I Based on the articles that I've read and some of the pictures that I've seen in their social media, I
maybe
can't use that as a reason. You
maybe
know,
this is what I'm getting at. Could she have been, or should she have been more careful? Should they have been more careful?
absolutely,
Are
absolutely.
would
They
we
could have definitely, but maybe they were. And again, it's just a case of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Um,
the flip side of this story though, bro, I forgot to mention, is that it's
mm,
already happened before. I mean, the rape cases in India, in this country, is so high, but not just
it's
that,
yeah.
because people, some of the commenters that I was watching, like Indian female Indian woman
Mm,
commenting, is that basically the laws in the country are, when it comes to that, is just so
hmm.
low. Like they're not doing any justice. It's like a slap on the wrist, and then
Yeah,
a couple of months
yeah.
later, a couple of years later, they're out.
I mean, there's a number of videos on YouTube where they're being groped and molested and whatnot. Actually, um,
Mm,
there is a YouTuber, is a Filipino guy and a British girl.
mm, 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 mm.
Um, that hold on one sec. I'm trying to find it. What was that name? It's Zoe and something.
Something similar
Uh,
happened.
yeah. So they were actually in India. Here we go. It's this couple right here.
Also in India.
Zoe and Czar. They actually visited India. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and they were filming in the streets. Okay, and you can
Oh.
actually see people groping her
Mm-mm. Mm.
in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? I mean, they played it off, and basically, they tried to make light of it. But at the end, they did say, yes, just be careful, because you'll never know what could happen. They did say that. It was in India. I think it was like late last year that they traveled to India, and it was a scary experience for her, apparently.
Yeah.
But it happens. It's not the first time it happened in India, and it keeps happening. I can't find that video. Yeah, it's these two. I've followed them for like a year now, actually. Um, and see, I think they took the India videos down.
Oh no. Wow.
I
Uh-oh.
don't know if they took it down, but they did have quite a bit of India.
Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't
right
mean to
there,
do that.
India.
My screen overrode your screen share.
It's fine. Can I show this real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, this is their India visits right here. They were walking around the streets in India, vlogging, you know,
Mm-mm-mm.
and she was getting groped. Not just by some grown guys, but kids as well. Like literally grabbing her ass and her boobs
Right.
and all that stuff. And it was kind of hard, a little bit uncomfortable to watch, to be honest with you. But I don't think they showed a lot of it. There was multiple times that, yeah, it showed, and they did say, just be careful.
Yeah.
I lost you.
Again, if I sounded like I was blaming the women a while ago, oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Again, I want to apologize in case I sounded like I was like indirectly blaming the women a while ago. What I was
Hmm.
actually trying to get at also was there was this other video that I came across at, and we'll probably end it with this one if there's anything else you wanted to talk about if we're running out of time.
Sure.
But there's this video that I came across. I couldn't help myself. It's like, why India? Why does it seem like there's like a culture, quote unquote, a culture of rape or disrespecting women there?
Hmm. Hmm.
And I don't know what it is. Can't say that all Indians are like this, but there was this guy. It's on the print. This was a 4-year-old video already, and I just came across it just this morning actually. And
Mm.
basically, you'll hear in this 3.5, 3 minute and 45 second video. Basically, this guy interviewing other guys about, and here's one of the answers, like, women are wearing such tiny skirts in public, don't you think that we're going to get excited, like basically blaming the women for the way that they're dressed. It's like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
that's not gonna happen in my house. Let's just give it 20 seconds just to give
Yeah,
you an
go ahead.
idea of what I mean with this video.
आजकल तो बड़ी बड़ी फैक्ट्रियां लगी हुई है जिसको जिसके अंदर कपड़े बनते हैं उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए कि अभी आप ऐसे कपड़े ना बना के भेजे मार्केट के अंदर।
पहले जब ऐसे कपड़े नहीं थे तो बलात्कार कहाँ होता था?
ना नहीं पहले नहीं होते थे तो अपनी बॉडी दिखाती है।
I think the word is, if not misogynistic, there's another word for it about. No, wait. I think what I meant was to go through some of the comments that the Indians themselves were commenting and saying about it. These
Hmm.
people can say anything in the name of Indian culture. They blame everyone except the guy who commits rape.
Right, right. I mean,
If
it's been apparently it's been an ongoing issue in India. I don't know if you're familiar, but OFW partnership with India actually ceased back in 2022 from the OFWs to India because apparently there are too many cases where women are being raped,
Oh
you know,
wow, I didn't know that.
and they were being mistreated by their I guess bosses or whatnot.
Wow.
But I don't know. I know that ban or that ending from the partnership for OFWs to India ceased in 2022 and then again
Mm.
started up in 2023. But I don't know if that lasted long because again there is that very very big ongoing issue with OFWs in India where the bad treatment is just
I didn't know that.
yeah.
It's I want to share this one last thing though before we let go of this topic. This is my favorite comment of this person saying, "If hypocrisy had a face."
Yeah.
I mean, because throughout the video, you'll hear these men basically say that we're protect yourselves. Basically
Right.
stay home,
Right.
stay home. Like women have all the rights that they want, but they gotta stay home. Such women shouldn't be let out of the house. You know, I mean, it's like
That
they're saying
that
that women and men have equal rights, but stay home
but that's
at the same
ridiculous.
time.
Yeah.
At the
I
same
mean,
time, they're saying stay home.
women in India, though, as far as I know, as far as it goes back, I know it's a little bit different now, but tradition is women stay home. They take care of their men and everything else. That's it.
look at this thing. Another thing this guy said. So how can you blame the women for dressing sexy, right? And then this guy says maybe she was wearing revealing clothes. That's
Yeah,
why
but does
that's
that
why some
justify you raping the woman? You know what I mean?
that's why. So it's just interesting. So but again, we were talking about foreigner to foreigner comments about the Philippines the other day. This one's a
पता उसकी
video.
ये गलती है उसने
Th-
कुछ कपड़े ऐसे पहन रखे हो
sorry,
मतलब ये जो
this
बलात्कार
one's this one's a video by an Indian
Mm-hmm.
under an Indian company interviewing other Indians also. So
Mm-hmm.
it's I don't know how to
It's
comment it. I
quite
mean,
insulting watching this, though. To be honest with you, I mean, it seems like they're kind of making fun of the idea of like, you know what, women are just that's just the way they are. That's how they're supposed to be.
that's the thing. You have a strong belief about something, and then you have a strong belief about something. Let's say you believe that all women and men have equal rights, but you also
Right.
believe that something about men being whatever, and then those two
Clashing.
ideas clash, and they can't like exist in the same space.
Right. Right. It's
So
so. I mean, that bears the question: women going to dangerous places, okay, but that's not their fault, you know. And I don't think the India has a kind of like maybe they just don't embrace that idea of women being more free, so to speak, or being able to express themselves accordingly or the way they want to.
yeah, or be free but be smart. Like
Yeah,
there was
that
another.
guy, that was kind of insulting though. Watching that, listening to that guy, it's kind of like you said, it's like treating women like meat and
Yeah,
justifying the fact that they got raped because of that. Oh, she's wearing that kind of clothes, so she deserved
there
to
was
get raped. Really?
there was another comment somewhere in one of the videos that I saw that
Yeah.
just something about see what happens if you believe in like woke idealism that like anywhere you go it's such a utopia, like all
Yeah.
all all people are good and will not hurt you. But yeah, most people are good, but sometimes they're not. So just be careful.
Correct.
Maybe is just
Yeah.
the word, but I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it up because it's such an unfortunate. I mean, I love the whole idea of like India. I've never been there, but I would love to go there someday. And their culture, their food, and then all of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden they have something
Mm-hmm.
like this. I feel bad for India, and I feel bad for the couple
Yeah.
at the same
Absolutely.
time. It's
Yeah,
such
because
a
it's
such a
not everybody in India. It's like that, but it's an unfortunate thing that it is a reoccurring incident in India, apparently.
such a sad
And
story. And there's
it
some
is.
celebrities that have been outraged and reacting to it also. And then there was another like a reporter that was saying, "I'm sick and tired of all this outrage. Nothing's happening."
Hmm. Hmm.
So there, I'll end it there. That's just my 2 cents. I just thought I would share it. I don't
Yeah,
want
no, no,
to.
no. It like you were definitely right. It's definitely something that needs to be talked about, and hopefully that's something that they can fix or something that can be done about it. Because it is, like I said, watching that vlogger Zoe and Czar um, walking around India and that happening. That's the first thing
Mm,
that popped in my head when you brought this up. I was like, man, that is it is true. It sucks. Why does it
such a
have to
bad
be
rep.
like that?
That's such a bad reputation
It is. There's
for the
also
country.
there's actually also another video on YouTube where it's another one of those festivals where this Chinese girl was being harassed and groped and the same thing. I've seen it multiple times and it's a bad rep.
Same
And it
same
sucks.
country,
Yeah,
India
India.
also.
Hmm.